Hello everyone. Some satellite images here of an airbase shared by MT Anderson on Twitter. This is Morozovsk airbase, an airbase which has kind of slipped under the radar somewhat compared to ones like Belbek, Taganrog, Milerovo and so on, because as far as I'm aware, this airbase hasn't been targeted by Ukraine yet. But as you can see on the images, there are some very interesting aircraft base here, which are used in the war, which would be excellent targets. So this base is home to the 559th Frontal Assault Bomber Regiment, operating 3 squadrons of Su-34. The 559th in the past previously operated Su-24s. They fall under the 1st Guards Composite Aviation Division, who are part of the 4th Air and Air Defences Army. MT Anderson put together the graphics used in this video, labelling each section of the base with different aircraft from A to D. Here, MT Anderson has zoomed into each section, and we can see that it's a pretty substantial base. First of all, Section A, you can see there are individual berms for aircraft, where we can see 7 Su-34s and 4 Su-24s. Section B and C are a bit more interesting. Here we can see a row of Su-24s and Su-34s, and it's quite interesting to note how closely they're parked together next to each other. I would have thought after the drone strikes at Engels that Russia would have dispersed its aircraft a bit more, but here at least they haven't. It's a prime target for a drone. If a drone could get through, it would cause a lot of damage. Also at Section D, there are 2 helicopters, likely utility helicopters of some sort. The 559th have lost airframes in Ukraine. This video here from April 2022 shows a Su-34 RF95858, which was part of the 559th and was downed either near Balaklia, Kharkiv or in Zaporizhia. Different sources give different locations. Here's a Google Maps image of the airbase, and zoomed out we can see it's almost 300 kilometers to Avdiivka, which is right on the front line. So it is within range of the 2141 and the 2143 drones, but the drone would have to pass all the way through Russian-occupied territory to reach it. I expect if this base was to be targeted, it would likely launch around Kharkiv and pass through Russia, where there may still be gaps in the SAM defensive network. Now, aircraft from the 559th have been based elsewhere before, at an airbase close to Crimea, at Primorsko-Akhtarsk, which is a nice segue into the next batch of satellite images, which I have, also shared by MT Anderson of Primorsko-Akhtarsk Airbase. This is home to the 960th Aviation Regiment. Again, each section of the base is split from A to D. There are fewer airframes here as you can see. They consist of Su-25s and Su-34s. 5 Su-25s are visible and 6 Su-34s. One of the Su-25s is on the runway. Now, Su-25s operate in pairs, so if this is about to take part in operations, the first one is likely launched already. But it could just be training or an engine test or something like that. One Su-34 in Section C is separate from the others, undergoing maintenance maybe. Again, on this airbase you can see that the jets are parked very close to each other, a prime target for a drone. Now Primorsko-Akhtarsk is home to the 960th. They fly 2 squadrons of Su-25s, so the Su-34s seen here will be from other squadrons or regiments. There may even be aircraft from the 559th. Now you may also spot that 5 Su-25s aren't enough for 2 squadrons, so some of them have been redeployed to Milerovo Air Base instead. So the deployment of Russian aircraft and their bases is pretty fluid. This airbase is around 200 kilometers from the front lines. The airbase not too far away from Noyo Depot, which was previously hit by a 2141. So there are gaps in the SAM defensive network in this region. So that's it for this video, not too much else to discuss, but I thought these air bases were definitely worth a quick look. If you found the video interesting, please click like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Thanks again, and take care everyone.